The more you prompt and also the more information you share at once, the dumber it gets. In the end, you're like a company of 3 people. I'm like the lead maintainer, and then there's Igor who's working part-time, and that's like the whole engineering side of it. We're not going to be able to like take on the giants and build out a creative tool and the whole ecosystem on its own. We launched it, we went viral back then, but until we had one company which would like want to license this technology, took us like 3 or 4 months, and then we made like $15 of that, and I thought it was amazing. And I can also use Git, I can push this to GitHub. It's not like the meme where you have like final video v2 really final docx. Like, you do not have this duplication. So I guess I was kind of surprised that it worked well for like one-shotting more complex scenes. Nowadays, I would say it's easier to ask the AI to do this. Gotta be like completely honest about that. Don't get discouraged. If you embrace it, you're actually having a good time in 2026.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Founders Foyer with me, Aishwarya. This foyer is full of conversations, the space where creators, founders, and builders look for all the support and concepts to grow their ideas into products. AI video tools promise instant magic, but a very few actually deliver creative power. And at a time when most videos, and literally all of them that I've used, push creators into rigid timelines and editing these manual frames, Jonny Burger took a very different approach. He bet on a simple but radical idea, which is videos should be built like software, precise, reusable, and programmable. And this is very cool because for most of us builders, we're just used to this deterministic way of setting things up. So, what started as a personal experiment for him soon turned into a tool which is nearly used by a million creators today with a thriving AI community. In this episode, Johnny walks us through that exact journey from spotting the limits of timeline based editors early on to actually building out Remotion to unlocking non coders by using Remotion with Claude Code, and why programmatic video can be one of the most underrated things ever for creative shifts. We just talk about every little possible case, see a lot of cool demos, build out real world stuff, and actually hear out Johnny's thoughts on what the AI shift is going to look like. Johnny, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, thanks for having me on, Aishwarya. Pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Johnny, I have to put things first. Huge fan of Remotion and what you've been building with it. And it's so heartening to see how so many folks are getting started with the tool right now, especially after Claude has amplified the way in which it could be used. So I would really have people walk out of this episode by knowing what's the best way to use Remotion for their own ideas, as well as, add to a lot more use cases that you folks can actually build on. So yes, let's get started.
Yeah, well, things have changed recently. My answer would have been different 2 months ago, but now I think the best way to start using Remotion is to just create a new project, type in bun create video into your terminal, install the agent skills, and then spin up a session of Cloud Code or your favorite other coding agent and start describing a video that you would like to create, and if it goes well, then you are already done. If it does not go well, then you gotta keep iterating.
Right. I mean, it's super simple. I love the way that you just said, oh, like, yeah, just one skill, just pull it over and then have the rest of the things do the magic. But as we get onto the actual way of setting that up, I want to start with this thought, right? A lot of people think Remotion has just been around for a couple of weeks, but I know it's been around for about 5 years. And if you've actually been building it out ever since you've got this idea of programmatic video. And I think it's also from a time when it was not as popular as it is with AI today. So, what actually led you into building Remotion during those times when the belief was very, very less? And what kind of doubts did you have to navigate? Because that brings up so much of light to what's actually the behind scenes.
Yeah, so it's been over 5 years now since Remotion has been launched. The initial idea was to like build a way for good React developers to make videos. I guess like I found myself in a situation where I was using Adobe After Effects, and it was not
Nightmare.
like working like it did not have the workflows that I was used to as a developer, like this componentization, encapsulation, API calling, version control. And I thought to myself, okay, I am actually so much better at coding than at using After Effects that I would probably produce better videos with a framework like this. So we launched it, and we actually went viral as well. I think that initial announcement tweet also got like thousands of likes, and it really sent
Nice.
a shockwave through my personal life. No kidding. I got so many messages, and I immediately felt like I have a mission.
Was
But
this during
getting
COVID? Like, was this during the time that there was like the COVID thing happening?
Yes, indeed. This is
Okay.
Remotion is my Corona project, and it would probably not have happened if I didn't have so much time. But this also meant that it was like a bummer that now like I would have met so many people like at conferences. I was asked to come to conferences, and they were just not happening. But yeah, oh well. I mean, that's COVID thing went away. But yeah, like getting adoption and also like companies as customers for the project turned out to be very hard, even though we went viral, and that is because writing all of this code to just achieve simple animations in Remotion was very rough. So I would say this is why it took a couple of years to
Right.
build up it to become a still hard, but relatively speaking, a more simple tool.
Yeah. No, that kind of makes sense. I like the way that you explained how it was following a personal itch to make it seem more controllable. Because I guess for most of us who edit videos, and I've been thrown into this journey ever since I started this little podcast. So I kind of know what it takes to sit on the editor and actually edit out every single frame, let alone you want to add animations and effects and B-rolls and stuff on top of it. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense to give that effect of keeping it in control. So one quick check I had was, even back then it was meant to be for people who came in with skills like you, which is folks who knew how React works, folks who knew how to develop a video, and that's when they get to use Remotion. And while AI has changed it the large way now, but when you started it, it was intended still to be for developers, right? For projects that are more focused for that.
Yeah, totally. And I knew that it was an uphill battle, and I did not quite see the path towards it being mass adopted, and maybe I still don't see it. It's still not like I would give it to my mom to let her use it. But I feel like it. I see like a pattern of how video editing should work. This should be like all composable, non-destructive. Should allow to call APIs, and so I guess it's a lot of experimenting. It still is, and we have more
Yeah.
ideas, and hopefully other things happen as well. And yeah, I still think it could go into a different direction to become more simple, and it's still a bit about just throwing the ball where we hope the industry, the AI is going as well, and
Yeah.
hoping for an opportunity at the right time.
Yeah, and that is sort of happening, right? Because that's where I was heading at, to ask you, hey, you've actually seen this curve over 5 years now. What's changed now, you think? Or what's it's still a lot of development, but what about AI did you feel has changed specifically for video, for Remotion? What are your observations
So I think just like before you had the idea and you had to type it out, and that took you like minutes to type out your next intention. And now you don't have to write the boilerplate code anymore.
Right.
Now you can go from idea to code in seconds. I mean, this is how it worked for me. I would say I still have an idea in my head, and now I can get it written in the editor faster. But then there are also like other like people in. I mean, I've been coding for like 10 or 15 years, something around that. But then there are also like novice people who are now trying to use it,
Yeah.
and I'm still kind of like, obviously it's hard for me to see how it feels in their shoes, but we want to embrace it, and it's very nice to see that also them are getting some success
Yeah.
with vibe coding.
Yes, yes, that you touched upon a very interesting phrase, right? Because I guess vibe coding was thanks to that being framed about a year ago. It's just been out there for most agentic coding tools or these platforms that are web based. But it was so cool to eventually see it come through to video also, right? Because folks started with vibe coding, and then there was vibe marketing. Then there suddenly was like vibe video creation, and I guess that's when Remotion had been adopted by folks who, quote unquote, are like not developers, but folks who are feeling more empowered with agentic AI, folks who kind of went into this because of AI leading them that way. So, did you happen to see like some cool examples from the community? Especially because from all of our talks, I understand that it was meant for people who are more into development, but then I, at least from X and LinkedIn, all of these places that Remotion was mentioned, when I saw it was like crazy to see non-developers pick it up much faster. So was there like some sort of observations for you from the community?
Yeah, so I can only call myself a vibe coder. Ironically, I was like already there before the AI, and knew a bit about coding, and I cannot unlearn that. I cannot really delete these thoughts and just like vibe it out. So I guess I was kind of surprised that it worked well for um, like one-shotting more complex
Yeah,
scenes.
so many one-shotted videos I remember folks shared during the launch, right? Like the day it went viral, there was like so many. Oh, like I just gave my website link and it just spun up this video.
Yeah, exactly. And this was, I guess, like my favorite. Those were my favorite videos. That I just simply because I did not expect that they would be possible to make. Of course, it also became a bit of a meme, and many of them were
Oh
not
yeah.
actually made with Remotion, but some of them were, and that's that. Yeah, I were the most impressive to me.
Yeah, no, that was cool. Oh, I do know what you mean by the ones that weren't there, because I remember folks used to tag that post and say, "Oh, by the way, like here's how I made this." So it was a mix of both, but I think largely, I was so glad to see that response in terms of people picking up on it, right? Because there was something, like you said, there's something in it that kind of made them want to go play around with it. So, which you're going to like talk more about. I'd love for you to now probably like share the setup, and then let's get going with the actual setting it up and riffing up videos together.
Yeah, sure. I have already prepared my setup, and so I can show you a little demo.
Yep.
So, empty project. The how I ended up here was just I was typing into the terminal bun create video. I was installing the dependencies with bun install, and now I am starting Claude. And now, what do you think we should do? Should we create a promo video for your podcast, or do you have
Oh yeah,
another?
That would actually be cool. I mean, yeah, we could if you already have like some sort of a product in mind, we could do that. Or I am going to be shamelessly like, yeah, let's do it for the founders for you. So yeah,
Um, sounds good. So I would say let me look up some assets
sure.
um,
So just to
about.
clarify, with the bun install, we've also got the skills loaded for Remotion, right? Like it's up there. At least like how do you want to like go start chatting with it in terms of what you want? That's set up.
Um, okay, so I will just type into the terminal. Use Remotion best practices. Make an animated promo graphic for this podcast. And then maybe I can say that it should like animate the past 3 episodes or so.
Okay, that's cool.
Show the covers of the last 3 episodes. Then I would say make 1080 by 1080. That's like those are like good dimensions for
Yeah, I
sharing it
was.
afterwards on Instagram.
Oh, that's cool. So I think you can get as specific. Like I was just looking at the way that you prompted because it's like it's very natural language, but at the same time you're also keeping certain specifics tightened up, like giving dimensions and asking for, oh, like this is how I would want it. So is that like one of your best practices you would say?
Yeah, definitely. So the more you know about how it works under the hood, or like the more precisely you can describe what should be done, and then also like what kind of code should be generated, the better the result will be. So
All right.
I cannot like completely delete from my head how like what kind of constraints I want to set. It's like
Right.
how the AI could mess up. And so I try to steer it a bit. And
Right.
that is
Fair enough.
also like a skill. But I would say even for me, this is a pretty broad, generic prompt, and I have no idea
Yeah.
what's gonna come out of it. So it might
Right.
also just just fail like
Yeah,
with
we'll have
Word.
to we've got to wait and see the result. I mean, that's if there's one thing that people have gotten used to the whole AI approach is, yeah, just make it do things and wait until you see how it turns out. So, yeah,
Yeah, totally. I think the AI might work for like another minute or two here to
yep,
figure everything out.
yep.
So yeah, feel free to ask another question while we
Yeah,
wait.
no, I was just gonna like double down on the prompting thing because it gives us a good segue to talk about, hey, is there something like a prompt? Because there's this whole prompt engineering thing that keeps going around ever since like these chat GPTs and Claudes in terms of conversations came up. I'd like to touch upon that for video as well. I know you put together like a bunch of prompts. I saw that in one of your recent posts. Would you like to give some more insights into what makes a good prompt for these videos, especially now that you have complete context of skills and otherwise?
Yeah, totally. I think one of the most fundamental things to consider here is that if you are not precise with what you want in terms of color, animations, timings, the AI will not make everyone's video unique and exciting. Something generic is going to come out of it because you cannot have infinite permutations of unique styles. So what helps is knowing the different timings and the different timings or like the different effects. I mean, one thing I can, for example, show here is that this is one tool that few people use. It's like our timing editor, and with this you can fine tune it and tell the AI how a specific timing should look like, or you can see what the different timings are being called, so that this is the bounce timing, and you have easing in, easing out. That there are like sign timings. You see and then there are like all kind of different effects. You have the light leak transitions. You have chroma key, all that stuff. And the better you know what you want, the more precisely it can achieve it.
Got it. So it's also like parts of it can be through prompt, and I can call it like a tool, or I could like rather use the tool directly and then like fine tune it the way that I want. So it works both ways then, right?
Yeah, so like it has operated in the past 5 years, it's not like a Gen AI tool like VO3 or Mid Journey, where you cannot hook into the generation itself in the middle of it.
Right.
Here this is pretty steerable indeed.
Right.
So what we end up with is actual code. So we can see that this is structured data, and I hope these are actually your past 3 episodes, and that we can also like edit the actual timings and look of it with regularly, like using not AI, using actual coding. So I could go in here and change the color.
Right. You know what's interesting is how maybe to how you said, like going to very, very specifics of it and then going and changing it in the code. I guess for folks who are not familiar with even exactly what would that look like, I guess it's just that part is the vibe, right? You just go and say, oh, by the way, just pull out the covers and then change this into like this color or this font or this timing. All of this is very natural language as well for them. And this is so cool, by the way.
So how do you like the video that came out of it?
Oh, I love the fact that it pulled up the covers. It's nice. Like that sort of gave me an idea that, oh, I could actually like ask it to go pull up the covers. It's kind of nice way to maintain that attention as the video goes. I have a question for you. Like if I want to be keeping it very themed to my branding colors, is that also something that I would just go and like do some sort of a prompting, or is that something that you would say, hey, no, I would go and change it in the code? Like I'd love to, give it instead of black. I'd love to go and say, oh, like use whatever is the theme color from the website, or things like that. Do you think that's something that folks would do?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I guess I did not specify any of the brand colors, but I guess this is a task at which Cloud Code is just as good at as like designs a website. You gotta tell it which fonts to use, which font weight, which colors, which assets, and I think we all agree that the agents, for them, that's a pretty easy task.
Pretty easy one. True. And I guess it does the same with animations as well, right? Because I guess a large part of like even yesterday when I was talking to a friend, he was telling me how the cuts and the transitions is something that he would really struggle with some sort of like large code editors or large video editors. Let's even take Adobe for that matter. Unless like you're a pro in it and you wish to spend more time with it, it's going to be very hard to say cut at this and then like merge it with this and then have a quick transition or a like a countdown or whatever. I guess those are also like parts of the prompts you can give to the video.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe I can also like show how I would
Yeah.
approach this.
No, I'd love exactly like I'd love to know great, this is like the first output. If it were you, what would you go and like do in terms of like going and working on top of it?
So let's just say I'm just gonna make something up, like an edit that
Okay.
I would want to do. Let's say that I want to
Okay.
like change the transition of this thing here. So what I can do, let's see if I can open a new browser. Oh yeah, I can. So I would combine it with like not asking the agent, but like browsing through our documentation. Here we have so many articles about what you can do, like how you add different fonts or
Oh, that's great.
transitions. Here we even have like I think we have a list of all of the different transitions that we have here. So let's say I would rather have
this
the
is cool.
flip transition.
Yep.
What I like to do is I like to copy this URL and paste it in here and say use the flip transition instead.
I'm getting a cool video, folks, out of this, and I'm basically like sitting back and watching. Do your magic, but then I'm getting an output at the end of the day.
Yeah, hopefully. I guess if you want to, it's a bit ambitious, but what you can even do is like we could ask it to like download a podcast and transcribe it and
Oh wow.
like show like an audio waveform for it. I think we are running a bit short on time on this because I think it will need to do like
no, I'm sure, but
for it.
That's a great idea. I think that's going to be my side project, like with all the hacking that I'm doing with Remotion and Claude. I guess I'm going to add this as one of the options, and so that's a great suggestion.
Nice. Yeah. So now it's gonna
Right.
work on that.
It's a good hack, actually. Like I like the fact that there's like a rule book of sorts where you can actually go in. I mean, instead of saying spin it or fade it and all that, which I think at times it's going to like go and mess up what's actually there as well. So it's nice to sort of give it a direction to go do it by feeding in the URL. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I wonder if Claude is down. It's been thinking for a minute and has been doing nothing.
Yeah, it happens at times.
I mean, let's not make it awkward and look at this too long. Maybe you have another question. Wait.
No, I was gonna like jump into the very same thing that we are talking about, which is hey, so with I guess like there's links that you can copy and give. I also have a question around for folks who generally take branches of another person's code and they riff it on top of it. And for developers, is very, very common practice. Is it also what you're seeing with Remotion? Because I did see that folks were sharing their GitHub, branches and their links to say, oh, by the way, I've added more to the skills. I've added like more animation, more such files for you to refer to. So it's like, if I want to remix the style from you, can I just like take your piece of the code and use it, or is there another way to remix? What would you suggest in case of that?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of what we hope is going to make it powerful, that other people can chime in and that we can collaborate together. In the end, we're like a company of 3 people. I'm like the lead maintainer, and then there's Igor, who is working part-time, and that's like the whole engineering side of it. But we're not going to be able to like take on the giants and build out a creative tool and the whole ecosystem on its own. So it is our hope that by making the whole thing open, composable, and collaboratable, that other will chime in and put out useful building blocks. And I'm so glad to see that it is happening.
It has happened. Like looking at so many of those posts, like I said, realized that people were sharing their own skills. Like someone who put up their product demo video was sharing how they actually added more effects, they actually added more piece of code to the setup, and they were like, "Hey, for folks who are looking to like create something similar, you can just go get and make a copy of the repo and then use it yourself." So that was like pretty interesting. The last thing that happened was for code, so it was pretty interesting to see the same thing happened for videos, and this time through code but for videos.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, and this is where like being able to do it in code
Yeah,
shines.
right.
You can increase the complexity and the composability
Mm,
by a magnitude if you can solve a problem in code than if you have to solve it with a visual tool. So
right.
that's my hope.
Right. And with more of these people who, like I said, folks who barely can code by themselves, but using Remotion, has it sparked any sort of a difference in direction or thought for you? Like, did it give you some sort of a different idea to work on, or do you think it's only added up to the strength of the code?
Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, it was not our intention. I was shocked
Okay.
that now, let's say, people who are new to coding are using it and are getting at least a bit of success, and I want to embrace it and improve it for them. So, uh, one thing I want to make, and maybe I can even show it, is
Yes.
let's say make the title and color parameterizable. And if this is going to work, then we should have like controls appear here on the right that
Oh,
allow you
sweet.
to parameterize the
Changed.
video.
Right.
And although I'm not quite sure how we will do it in the end, I am now thinking a bit about like, can we make these layers clickable, draggable, resizable? Can we have like blue outlines if you click on a layer and allow it to move around? And I just want to like find
Yeah.
the best way to do it.
Got it. Yeah, I think
Right
it's
now
added up
everything,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
Now you can change the color
Ah, this is
of that.
cool. Nice. Yep. Yep. This is what we were talking about. That's cool.
Yeah. So this part is early. Like I have a lot of patience. I'm not rushing to
Right.
anything. I guess I'm just trying to keep a calm head here and go back
Right.
to the previous mode where we just like built in for years every day, make it a bit better.
Right.
Um,
All of that pays off.
yeah, hopefully, and I think we can still be in this mode, and maybe in a year
Right.
or so we have again something really cool to show.
Yeah, no, for sure. And as we talk on that, I think I'd like to highlight a bit more on the founding part of the journey as well, right? I think as like you rightly pointed out, you're almost like a solo founder behind this, maintaining, shipping, and sort of like keeping all of this afloat. Is there something that you specifically see the strength of being solo? Like I'm asking this because a lot of folks who are building out today, and we're seeing like the whole power of one person business. So I just want to pick your brain on that. Like, is there something you see particularly as worked out as advantage for Emotion?
Yeah, I do see some advantages at being like almost a solo founder, or like um, I can just do things and kind of like recheck what everybody else tells me, we like I just wanted to do it, and at first people tried it out and were like, this is way too hard. Okay, you are an expert coder, but nobody else going to be able to use it. We launched it. We went viral back then, but until we had like one company which was like want to license this technology, took us like 3 or 4 months, and then we made like $15 of that, and I thought it was amazing. But if I think with this project, if this was like if this would have been like in a proper company setting where you raise money, where there are other lives at stake, maybe we could not have like done it with so much patience.
Right.
So I'm glad we went through this phase, even though it was also like required a lot of patience and confidence, and that it's gonna come out well, because of course could have also went different, but I think would not have been possible without that.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you. And a couple of episodes earlier, I had Eric Simon, the founder of Bolt. Like he was talking a very, very similar angle to this as well, where we were talking about how Stackblitz was there about a decade, and folks were building it out very slowly, and then overnight. The same, thanks to Claude, it kind of changed the game with Bolt. And he was saying how it was grateful to sort of like build Stackblitz with so much patience and so much of care, because that's what helped pump up Bolt. And I can like totally relate with what you said in terms of being able to give that care and effort and that sort of attention to what you've built. And one day there's definitely going to be like tailwinds that kind of amplify the effort that you've put in.
Yeah, it's a great story of Bolt, and I was there when it was just I think like Stackblitz, and they were also excited about Remotion. They made like a Remotion on Stackblitz template. There was no AI, and it felt like we were the only ones being excited about it.
Sweet.
And I mean, if you look at them, I think they have like 100 times the success that we do. I mean, they post like about new headquarters in California, which is apparently huge. So I mean, incredibly happy for them as well,
And time, I
a
think
good
all of
lesson
that
for
took the time.
anybody to just like hang in there.
Yep, exactly why I brought that up, because I guess it's also the time, and I think all the efforts that sort of amplify with time. So makes so much sense, and I really appreciate you sharing that bit of the story, which I really wanted folks to listen to, because it's not about just a couple of weeks success and then oh my god, like it's great, but it's also the amount of work that went behind it. So for sure, yeah. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, Johnny. Um, and I think to last wrap this part up before we move on to like, I'm going to ask you to, or rather make you share amazing examples of Remotion developed videos. But yeah, before that, I wanted to wrap up the concept of, hey, is there like any must not do or don't do sort of a situation here with prompting with Remotion? Like we saw what to do and how to do it, but is there also like a very anti pattern of, hey, by the way, you could avoid doing this, or by the way, don't do this?
Yeah, I wanna share one concept which I guess applies to anybody vibe coding. It's not just for Remotion videos, which is to like overload the model with too much information. The more you prompt, and also the more information you share at once, the dumber it gets. This might also be why people think that's like, oh wow, last week it was so smart and now it got so dumb. You gotta kind of like manage the complexity, and if the complexity grows too big, you need to yourself make it simple again. Essentially, it doesn't scale indefinitely.
Right.
At some point, the model will not understand the whole context of it. That it will be it will be dumb. So I think that and of
Fair.
course being precise and I know that for many people it feels daunting, but just like trying to look at the code and see what has been generated, and maybe it can be a great entry point for those people to also like understand how it works under the hood, get into coding, get into tech. Reviewing that and thinking about it is important. And
Right.
what I like is people who decompose existing videos and think about, okay, I look at this awesome animation, what is going on here, what
Right.
elements are moving in which way, is the position or is the scale being transformed, is there like a glitch effect, is there a motion blur, and then they try to decompose it and compose it in the inverse order again with Remotion, rather than just prompting, okay, make me a marketing video for
Right.
my Web3 app or whatever. So
Yeah.
this is what I would like to encourage people
Right.
to do
Right.
with it. But of course, anything is fair game.
No, I guess I do see the nuance between the two approaches, right? And I think in one approach, it's definitely getting to the core or the fundamental truth of how exactly does this video get created, because you need to be excited about those little variations, those little animation effects or interactions that go onto the video. So I think the large part of why I asked you more about the prompting or more about even understanding is prompting the right way to get that was to know that, hey, if there's someone who's interested with the nuance, what's the right approach to them then? And that's why I kind of like asked you more around the remix as well. And I think it's also a good place for you to share. I know you put together, like I earlier said, like a prompt or a remix sort of a community page, right? I'd love for folks to sort of look into that and walk us through that setup and give us more context to that.
Yeah, sure. So we want to collect great prompts that ideally reproduce well on anybody. So we have made this page called Remotion Dev/prompt. And there, if you have made a great prompt, you can upload the video that came out of it and the prompt that you made and the model and the tool.
Oh,
So
nice.
here's one that I made.
Oh, cool.
Pretty simple one. And so the idea is that you can go here, you can copy the prompt, start a new Remotion project, and reproduce this. Maybe
Okay.
it sometimes takes 2 or 3 attempts, but it should
Okay.
be more or less reproducible. So hopefully
Right.
you can copy this and you will also end up with like a spinning globe where
Nice.
you could, for example, say make an animation from Chennai to Bangalore.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And
this
this is
is
also
just
a publicly available one, right? Like folks can submit their prompts as they use Remotion to build stuff.
absolutely, this is all like open, no login required.
Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah, here's another
Ah, this is
one that
nice.
somebody else made. I like this one because it is in 3D, just to show
Oh,
that
yeah.
this is
With a
also
turnstile
possible.
sort of a thing, also. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, and like our tool for this is still like a bit scrappy. We have like as a company some further instructions.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. This is
yeah,
cool
but
though. Yeah. Yeah. Are there like good demo examples that you have handy to sort of show, hey, these are what I've been curating or collecting, and these are like fun to look at? Like what I'm trying to understand is beyond the existing examples of how Remotion works, was there like anything from the internet, from X, from LinkedIn that actually surprised you in terms of, oh my god, I didn't know like we could do this with Remotion?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, most people were creating these product videos, and we did not collect all of them here,
Right.
because I feel like they were a bit repetitive. Here on this
Right.
page,
Right.
I try to collect the most creative ones. Like for
Right.
example, this one
This is
I would
cute.
not have come up with. I don't even understand exactly what's going on. It's also like a bit glitchy, but I found it interesting. And I mean, here's a guy from Cursor who made like a promo video for Cursor. There's
Right.
also like a promo video, but I think this is like a high quality one. There was also like when there was like the Opus 4.6 announcement by Claude, like the DevRel from Claude said, "Oh, we already tested it with Remotion, and these are like the videos that I made,"
Okay.
and they were really on
Sweet.
brand. Unfortunately, I don't have their prompts, so I didn't upload it here, but you can
And
look it up.
nice. One clarification I have here is like, let's say when we're talking about actual product videos, like let's say I have to show some sort of my product screenshot or my product's logo. So those are things that I can like basically like how I would work with the code base, just have those elements as a part of the code base, and then the emotion skills would pick up from that. That's how it works.
Yeah. What I do is like I just drag them into the terminal. Maybe I can.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool to kind of see because for the like you said, the common brand video ones, the marketing videos ones are all like, oh, it's fancy, it's like there. But the ones who are trying the actual product video or product demo videos, I think in that case it would be like pretty cool to see how I can incorporate just my product screenshots into the videos.
Yeah, sure. I can show this actually. So I will move again to this,
Sure.
and I've copied from your website the image
Okay.
of yours.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say import this image into the project. I know this is maybe like also weird terminology. That's just like how I think about it, but I can tell you this works.
Sweet.
And show it on the title page. And as a subtitle, say with Aishwarya.
Aishwarya. Yeah. Warya. That's correct.
Okay, Ashok.
Ashok.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
Ashok. Okay. Say
Which is cool.
hosted by. So yeah, this is
Nice. As this
now it
is
should take this.
working through.
Yeah, now it should like actually import this image into like a local folder in the project,
Right.
and then
And then
display.
put it up there. Makes sense. No, actually, as we talk about this and wait for the agent to act up, one question I can spin off from this is the programmatic nature of the video itself, right? So we're talking about like creating one video, two videos max, and then like almost think of it as concurrent process. But I'd like you to talk a little more about the programmatic nature of the video, like what really went into wanting it to be programmatic, and how does Remotion skill really help there at scale?
So under a programmatic video, I understand a video that was really just like expressed in code. Code is the language, and it's not a prompt. It's not like natural language, so it should not be like magic, and it should also not be like, it should be like code, not data, if it's like a JSON that expresses a video, and there are also many other tools out there as well for this, then for me, this is also like a data-driven video, but it's not a programmatic video. And here at Remotion, we are trying to allow you to express videos as code with
cool. There's me.
Yeah, there you are. Hopefully it figures out this part.
Yep. Okay. I mean, that's still a small glitch that I can, still make do with, and then
yeah. So
yeah,
the subtitles are overlaid. Remove the previous. So hopefully this will do the
sorry,
job.
I got excited seeing it up, but yeah, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, and to just show you that this is now like a file. Oh, you cannot see it, but like it's the file. The image is in Finder, and there's now like a file inside the project folder, and I can also use Git. I can push this to GitHub. It's like a regular coding project, which is also like a underappreciated advantage, because now I can structure it into commits and revert them. It's not like the meme where it's with Photoshop files or like with Word files where you have like final video v2 really final docx. Like you do not have this duplication.
Got it. Fair enough. Yeah.
There you go. It fixed the glitch.
Yep, it fixed it. Amazing. For what it's worth, I have like a cool video at the end of the podcast. It's like totally, a win-win.
Yeah. I'll send it to you.
Please do. I'll definitely post this as our free episode launch or something, and I'll say, hey folks, learn to make cool videos like this.
Yeah, definitely. So I would say this is pretty accessible for anyone, and anyone who needs to promote the podcast.
Yep. For sure. And I think it's also very much what I like about this is it starts with very much the assets that you already have in hand, and it's almost like you can make use of that and then amplify on top of that. So yeah, very, very actionable. And for folks who've still not tried out, I think it's a super easy method for them to get started. And on that note, Jonny, I would, as we talk about the community and the way in which folks are adding a lot of things, right? I want to know what it actually feels like for you to, let's say, sit here in Switzerland and actually have folks across the globe, especially with, I think, Remotion making a huge wave in the Silicon Valley and across. What were some of your observations? I'm asking this mostly from, let's say, the usage patterns, and what's your take on, because we talk about virality, we talk about users across the globe. How do you see retention? What's your take on the usage patterns? Was there something interesting you observed, sitting all across a distance, but still like seeing all of this happening?
I think it's like a nice balance of like us in Zurich having a bit of a tech community, but like compared to the Silicon Valley, it'd still be rather sleepy. I would say with all of the events and the people and the bubble and everybody thinking about the same thing, I would be pretty overwhelmed in a place like Silicon Valley, or even like in some parts of India, actually, where you also have like real tech hubs. So I do like being a bit isolated, a bit distanced from the big tech hubs, and just like doing mostly my own thing, pursue my own ideas.
Sweet.
and also like I'm okay with like not meeting as many people IRL. Then I would maybe in a different place. It gives me like a good balance of but still, there are plenty that are just enough. So I would say it's like a good balanced life, which
Right.
also allows for other activities. So very happy overall.
Nice. And yeah, and then as you keep tabs across what's happening, you're able to like take it in your own pace, control things in your own way. So yeah, makes sense. I think this is a dream of me and most of the folks who love building in solo is, yeah, I mean, this is how I would really want things to be. So I'm so glad you're actually like living that and able to do that with Remotion. Anything else that before I jump on to one of our last questions, anything else on the screen would you like to like share, talk about as wrapping thoughts? I think this is a great segue, like we've had in terms of building out a video end to end, and gives more scope for people to go try out. Anything else you would add on top of this?
Nothing like too crazy, but I would show you that this is not just like a React app, but that this actually can be turned into a video. With like this render button where you can customize all kind of things, even like
Sweet.
edit the data
Right.
as JSON to say make a template and replace the data, make like 100 videos with with different data. You even have like Node.js API, so you can build apps with it. You can make your own SaaS where, I don't know, your product could be to create promotional videos for podcasts.
Yeah,
Then,
that'll be so cool.
and you can like really go deep into like all the more technical settings, choose like audio codecs, and here we have a lot of tweaking. The engine is rather powerful, so you can make it as complicated or sophisticated as you want,
Nice.
or you can just like click through the defaults.
Nice.
And here's the final video.
That's cool. And I love how you said you can actually not just use it for your own videos in the piece of code, but then if you're building out something and then you would like to use some of these video capabilities in it and use some of these animation rendering capabilities, I think it'd be cool to kind of plug into the package and almost like an SDK that you can like take up and use for your own stuff. That seems so cool. It's powerful for me to work on a bunch of ideas. I will definitely check it out for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I guess we didn't even touch so much on it because it seems like we do so many different things. But building apps, building your own video editors is like a big part of Remotion. This is they're also like the majority of our business lies now. Like this vibe coding, I guess, is mostly like a cool demo, but like how we operate
Right.
as a company is like trying to license our tech to like big companies so that they can build their own video editors.
Absolutely.
So yeah, now I mentioned it once, you can also do this.
I will, yes, of course, and I'll have folks check out the Remotion site as well, because if folks have this idea to build out, and it'll be great to kind of use this package. So for sure, a great plug for people. Johnny, as we come to the closure of the session, what I wanted to ask you was more around a very generic perspective on AI, right? We spoke how AI has actually amplified the way that people consume Remotion or build these videos by themselves. Uh, but there's also this talk about how most white collar jobs, especially like software builder, coder, any sort of like building job, is at some sort of a worrisome place where folks are like, oh my God, is this even going to exist? What's it going to be like in the next couple of years? So I just wanted to understand, as someone who is neck deep into this, what's your thoughts? Where's your head at? And especially with the tailwinds, like even the tailwind that got Remotion with so many non-coders, model updates are like such tailwinds. So what do you think model updates could make as a change in the up and coming future? So just some of your open thoughts on that.
Sure, sure. Well, I don't know where it will go. I think few people know what's gonna happen, and like I cannot really do a macroeconomic assessment of how AI is gonna change things. But I have like few things that I know that I observe. One is that I do find that AI is making coding much more efficient. I do find that I can do much more with by investing more. It is also the case that we had like contributors, freelancers, interns that I nowadays I would say it's easier to ask the AI to do this. Got to be like completely honest about that. But at the same time, we can do more with more people. We can still do more, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't ring the doomsday alarm bell just yet, because that's the other side. Every line of code being generated is debt, is a liability, will have problems, and so while the AI will create much good, it will also create much problems, and we have to manage those problems.
Right.
So yeah, I believe we'll be fine.
Yeah, not too much of an end already. So for sure, I think I'm on the same board with respect to seeing more builders build stuff. But at the same time, things will take its way to settle down. But yeah, totally with you. I hear what you say. So it's definitely promising for folks listening to the podcast as well.
Yes, don't get discouraged. And I would say it's if you embrace it, you're actually having a good time in 2026. I mean,
Yeah.
at least for me, it's a rush. I get like an adrenaline rush trying
Yeah.
to build something, because so much faster.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of. It was always fun to, at the end of the day, having built something that like you and others can use, and more people are even more empowered
Yeah.
to get these feelings. So yeah, join the wave, and hope
Yeah.
you also hope that more people get this excitement now.
Yep, totally. Folks, you get amazing videos like what I just got at the end of the episode. So please, you need more excitement to go build with these stuff. And yeah, so excited for folks to try out Remotion as well as, like you said, go build things out and get their ideas out. So Johnny, thank you so much for being on the show. It was fun. Thank you for walking me through all of what you did with these skills. And I am, like I said, I'm definitely excited for more folks to go test this out, try it out, and use it for much more than what it actually is today. So I can't wait to see that. And yeah, thank you again for being here and sharing all of what you just did.
Yeah, thanks a lot for letting me present this demo, talk about my thing, and also for the nice conversation.
Yep, thank you.